Hi everyone, this is Tormuse, and picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Fallen Angel, the mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Uh, let's see, so when we last left our heroes, we were starting day 4, I guess we guess that's a Friday. Just to recap briefly, we're doing lots of flirting with Yuri. the the chocolate scene got a little steamier. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, and Monica's behaving suspiciously. Still don't know if that's don't know if Monica is self-aware, is aware that it's a game, and is just trying to steer the player towards her, or she's got some other issue going on, is trying to steer you away from Yuri. Anyway, let's see what happens. Well, the school day's over. Time to head to the literature club. There was an odd tension in the air yesterday. I wanted to talk to Yuri to clear things up. I don't care if Monica told me to stay away from her. It's obvious something's bothering her, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Oh yeah, and Monica apparently tried to drive Yuri away from MC as well. I arrive in front of the door. Before I open it, I can hear muffled shouting from the other side. What the? I hastily open the door. Monica, I'm sorry for disrespecting you. I don't want your apology. Ever since you joined this club, you've been toxic. You sit at your desk, face shoved into a book, and don't communicate with any of us. You outcast yourself and take up space. You know, there's a thing called a library, right, Yuri? So if you're going to come to just read and isolate yourself, you can do it there. What do you say to that, Yuri? I, I... Yuri exhales sharply. I, I think you're a total bitch. You have no right to treat me this way. You think you know everything, but guess what, Monica? You're just some dumb slut. What the heck is going on here? Okay. You think because you're popular you can walk over everyone. Well, think again, because when I'm done with... Yeah, sorry, what was that? Because when I'm done with you, not even your own parents will recognize you're bashed in... What is Yuri? What is going on with Yuri here? Yeah, go ahead, Yuri. Show everyone what you really like. Show Tormies what you really like. He glances around and notices I've been in the room this whole time. Tormies, wait. It is not what you think. I'm not really like this. I... Yuri's eyes frantically look around the room. Here's a suggestion, Yuri. Have you considered killing yourself? It'd be beneficial to your mental health. Once again, Yuri rushes out the room with tears in her eyes. Monica, what the hell is wrong with you? You're going to blame me? Why would you say something like that? Now you see how Yuri really is. I can't believe this. Monica went out of her way to show the worst side of someone. You're disgusting. I turn to see that Sayuri is also here, but is in a chair, hands tightly held against her ears. I need to find Yuri. I wouldn't do that, Tormuse. You may not like what you see. Go to hell, Monica. I rush out to the room. I keep saying out the room instead of out of the. I mean, I would have phrased it out of the room. Is that maybe it's a dialectical thing. Anyway, rush out the room without another word. Now time to find Yuri. I run down the hall, looking through empty classrooms, trying to find her. I make my way to the end of the hall, near the staircase. I can hear muffled sobs coming from upstairs. That has to be Yuri. I run upstairs as quickly as I can. Yuri! Uh-oh. Aww. What the hell? Yuri! What I see makes me feel sick to my stomach. Oh my god. Tormuse! You weren't supposed to see me like this. My brain scrambles trying to comprehend what's before me. My thoughts are hazed through it, though, as my body takes over. I start to walk closer towards her. No! Stay away from me! I'm a freak. Yuri, please. Let me help you. Those scars look deep. Let me see if the nurse is still here. No, please don't. I don't deserve to be helped. Take another step towards Yuri. Yuri, I just want to make sure you're okay. You saw me. You saw me behave in such an indecent way. Back at the club, Yuri completely lost her cool, but anyone would in a situation like that. I have so many pent-up emotions inside of me. I was doing such a good job of bottling them up, but they just slipped out. Take another step towards her. Huh. I said stay away. She needs to back up away from me. That's, yeah, those are some pretty bad looking cuts there. I mean, this is a Yuri mod, so I knew this was coming. I don't know what to do. She's locking herself away in a cage when all I want to do is let her out. Why, Yuri? Tears crash around her, trails of blood stain the floor tiles. I can't help myself. I can't fight the urges. I can't control the pain I feel inside. I can't let people accept me for who I am. I can't accept me for who I am. Because who I am is a monster. I take more steps and reach out for her. Stop it! Don't you understand? I don't want to be helped. Just leave me alone. Yuri turns around and runs away from me. Wait! I chase after her, but it's no use. She's too fast and I lose sight of her. I fall to my knees and hang my head down in shame. This is happening all this time. I should have known. I have to find her. As my hands into the tiles, I heave myself onto my feet. I continue to rush down the hallways. As I turn the corner, I hit a small pink figure near the vending machines. Oof! Ugh. Oh, that's I'm sorry. Watch where you're going. If you if you're going any faster, you would knock me right into the ground. I'm sorry. She has some coins in her hands. Natsuki, why are you holding? Shut up. It's none of your business. All right, sorry. You don't have to be so defensive about it. Damn. I'm sorry. That just hasn't been doing good financially. So any money, no matter how little, helps a lot. Oh. Now I feel bad. I forget I said anything. Why are you here? Shouldn't you be in the club? Well, I was, but it's a long story. Anyways, I need to find Yuri. Why, are you stalking her? Do you really come off as a stalker? Natsuki, seriously, I need to know where she is. Well, suppose I could help. Really? How? She lives down the road from me. Can you take me there? I'm gonna help you, stalker. I facepalm. Natsuki, for real. For her safety, I need to find her. Oh, fine. Since you put it like that, I'll help. If I hear you did anything to her, yeah, can we go now? Natsuki leads me out of the school. What was that she said about her home situation? Sounds hard to believe her father doesn't make enough money to the point of having to look into vending machines. The way she brushed off the talk makes me feel like there's more to it. Can't dwell on it too long right now. Yuri needs my help. Natsuki stops and points to a house. There it is. Thanks, Natsuki. Whatever, just keep this date between you and me, okay? She walks off and is eventually out of sight. I make my way to the front door. Here I go. I press against the doorbell. No answer. I knock loudly on the door. Yuri, it's me, Tormuse. I just want to talk to you. I look up into one of the upstairs windows. Inside I can spot a purple figure peeking from behind the curtains. Quickly she jerks the curtains shut. Yeah. I don't know if this is the best idea. I mean, if Yuri made it very clear she doesn't want him following her, and you followed her to her home, this could go badly. Anyway, let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. Well, this is definitely the right house. I'm gonna convince Yuri to let me in. Light bulb. I bang on the door once more. Yuri, I brought her book. I figured since we left the club early today, we could read it somewhere else. In 30 seconds, I hear the sound of locks turning. Can't believe that worked. Yuri slowly opens the door, just enough to peek through it, but not enough for me to see inside. Tormuse, you shouldn't have come here. I know, but I couldn't help but be worried. Yuri, may please come in? No, you should leave. Yuri starts to close the door, but I shove my hand into the small threshold. I'm sorry, but I'm coming in whether you want me to or not. Oh boy. I mean, granted that he's concerned about her safety, okay. That's. I'm iffy about about forcing himself in against her will over her objections. But anyways, here this goes. There's definitely considerable as a break-in at this point, but I don't care. Yuri hurt herself, and I did nothing to stop it. I can never forgive myself. I can sense Yuri backing away from the door. Thank you. Once I walk into the house, Yuri stands before me. If I hadn't known any better, I'd have thought she'd been kept in here for weeks. Staying as close, I can now see her arms clearly. Or I guess I should say what's left of her arms. It's clear some of those cuts are fresh and had to be made recently. If I hadn't hadn't came, who knows what would have happened. I think if I hadn't come would have been more grammatically correct. Anyway, moving on. Yuri, I'm sorry that you have to see me like this. I'm not really comfortable sharing inside of me. Then I won't make you share. I pull out the book of my. Sorry. I pull out the book of my bag. I think that was supposed to say I pull the book out of my bag. Sorry if I'm. Sorry if I'm being a dick and pointing out typos. Um, I know from the last video, apparently Noah, the author, is watching this, so take note for future versions of Fallen Angel. Maybe you can correct the typos. Infinite isolation. How about we just sit down and read? In the short 2 days me and Yuri have had, we're already about a third through the book. Okay. Oh, there's both arms now. This the image of the cuts in the arm gets used a lot in DDLC mods and so on. Those are some really bad cuts, by the way. Not that I'm an expert in self-harm or anything, but I mean, in the context of the original game, those only appear in Act 2 after Monica enhances her self-harm habit. So it's to me it always feels like it's a little premature when it starts looking like this in Act 1 before it gets worse. But I don't know. I think that's just my opinion. Okay. For the first time, Yuri's eyes leave the floor and look up at me. Is it fine if we sit on the couch? Yes, that's fine. Tormy, do you mind if I go clean myself up very quickly? Of course, Yuri. Take your time. Thank you. With that, she turns around and darts upstairs. What did I get myself into? I take a seat on the couch and wait. Bzzzt. As I'm looking around the room, my phone vibrates in my pocket. Huh? You can't run from me forever. Question marks. Who the hell? I type out a response. Who is this? She doesn't deserve you. What the fuck is going on? Who is this person? How do they have my number? Tormies. I jump out of my seat from the unexpected sound of Yuri's voice. Yuri's now standing on the other side of the couch. I'm lucky she's not some sort of assassin because she could have easily snuck up behind me and snapped my neck. Is everything okay? Yeah, I was just waiting is all. She's now wearing a cotton sweater to hide her arms. You didn't wait too long, did you? Not at all. Come sit down. Just for Yuri to sit beside me on my side of the couch. Are you sure? Well, how else are we supposed to read together, silly? Yuri takes a deep breath to calm her nerves, then she looks back at me. I suppose you're right. Fat Yuri slowly steps to the side of the couch next to me and stiffly sits down. Yuri takes the book from my hand and opens it to the page we stopped at previously. As we continue reading the book, we are following the main character as she is now forced to live the rest of her life in a small cell with no human contact. She's constantly haunted by visions of her dead husband, who was brutally hanged in front of her. She's also tormented by hallucinations of the guards laughing and mocking her. She's slowly starting to spiral into the dark pit of insanity. Wake up in a cold sweat on the floor. Try to get up, but fall back to the ground. Ugh. Everything hurts. I don't know how much time has passed since Canna was hanged. I stopped counting the night cycle after about a week. It just seemed pointless. I haven't gotten any sleep either. How can I sleep when every time I close my eyes I see his body swaying underneath that tree? Those damn bastards. I go over to the small sink in my room and run the cold water. Failure. Huh? Hear an ominous voice call to me. I look into the mirror and my reflection stares back. Suddenly it opens its mouth. You couldn't save him, it whispers to me. Do you know how important you were to him? You let him die alone. Oh, I say. I shout back to my reflection. Stop it, you're not real. Well, I'm as real as you are, it responds. I'm just a reflection of you, after all. She, or I, say that in a matter-of-fact way. My reflection continues to pester me. You can't hide from me. I am you. I scream at the top of my lungs, get out of my head! I punch the mirror and it shatters. Glass falls to the floor. I stare down at the broken pieces and they stare back. It scares me. The emptiness in my eyes. With shaky hands, I pick up a long shard of glass. Uh-oh. I firmly grasp it in my right hand. I then turn to my left arm. It's like writing a book. My arm, the page, the glass, my pen. Clenching my eyes shut, I press the glass to my skin. It's cold. I begin to move my arm. In my panic, I drill back and take my eyes off the book. I stare at Yuri, who fails to meet my gaze. I go back to the first day I read with her when I told her that the main character reminded me of her. I feel like I'm about to throw up. Tears begin to fill Yuri's eyes. Do you know why I shared this book with you, Tormes? Because I don't know how to properly communicate with people. I don't know how to speak my true feelings. I don't know how to show people who I really am. The only thing I know are books. I'd hoped that by sharing this book with you, I could somehow show you a glimpse of my mind, but now I realize that was a tragic mistake, because now you see who I really am inside. Yuri. I reach out to grab her hand, but she jerks it away. Tell me why you're really here, Tormuse. What? You didn't come because you wanted to read. You came because you felt sorry for me. You thought it would hurt myself, or even maybe... She trails off. I ask myself, why did I come here? It's not like I was forced to. I only met Yuri 2 days ago. 3 days ago at this point. So why do I feel so obligated to help her? You're right, Yuri. Huh? She looks up at me. I stare deeply into her lavender eyes, and they pierce back. I didn't come here originally to read with you. I came because I was worried about you. Because I want to help you, Yuri. What you're doing is dangerous. I want to help you stop. But Tormuse, I can't. Don't you think I've tried? I know the dangers of it, but I can't stop myself no matter how much I want to. Why would now be any different? Once again, I reach for Yuri's hand, except this time she doesn't move away. I hold her hand gently wrapped in mine. Because this time, Yuri, you're not alone. I'm going to help you. We're going to get through this. Together. Why help me? All I've done is bring you into this world of hurt. Every time you show affection, I push you away and tell you to leave, yet for some reason you stay. Because Yuri... Were you just about to drop the L word for real there? Seriously. Because Yuri, I love her, I mean because that's what friends do. They stay by each other no matter how hard life gets. I almost just told Yuri I love her. Do I love her? I don't even know what love is. I don't have any friends, Tormes. That's not true. Because now you have me, and I won't let anything or anyone hurt you from here on. Suddenly I remembered something. Oh, I almost forgot. Huh? I have something for you. I got my bag. You weren't at the club today, so we didn't get to share poems. Pull out a sheet of paper from my bag. I wrote this. For you. Me? I know it's not in your preferred style, but it does express how I feel. I wrote yesterday. I just had a weird feeling, and I wanted to express it. I didn't write anything. That's okay. Do you want to read it? She silently nods. With hesitant hands, she reaches for my poem. Amethyst Angel. You keep you secret. That's supposed to be your secrets? You keep you secrets locked inside. There's a storm within your mind. I'll be the light to guide you through the dark. I promise that I will fix your broken heart. I know you're hurting deep inside. I promise it will be okay. I promise no one will ever hurt you. We can find that special day. You're too perfect for this world. Your heart is made of solid gold. I promise, pretty lady, that together we'll grow old. I went into your twisted world of pain so I could get you out. Such a beautiful person. You're the one I can't live without. That's some foreshadowing going on there. One I can't live. You're already getting into you're the one I can't live without kind of ideas here. Okay. I'm already sort of predicting this is gonna like end in tragedy or something, but okay, let's see where this goes. This is tears start to glide down her cheeks. I just want to help you, Yuri. I He looks down at her sleeve. I can see dark red stains forming in the cotton. She didn't clean her cuts. I reach down towards her sleeve. Don't do that. Her other hand quickly latches onto mine. Tormuse, please, trust me. She slowly exhales, then hesitantly releases her grip on my arm. I slowly roll up her sleeve. Now that I'm this close, I can really see the damage. This poor girl has completely mangled her arm. Lines upon lines of cuts all in a row. Some new, some old, some shallow, and some dangerously deep. Do you have a first aid kit? Yuri nods and stands up. I get up and she takes me to the bathroom. Yeah, I kind of feel like more sensitive way to handle it would be to talk about it before like forcibly pulling up her sleeve, but anyway, moving on. I wake up and check the time. 10:40 a.m. I guess okay, Saturday. Yeah, so I was just gonna say there must have been a time jump. It's Saturday, so usually I could relax after such a stressful week. Unfortunately, that's not the case considering the events that occurred yesterday. Natsuki's home situation, Sayori avoiding me. Oh, okay. Not to mention those mysterious texts I got, and of course Yuri. After I helped clean her cuts, it was getting late. I felt it would be best to go home as I feared Yuri may implode from anxiety. Before I left, however, I asked her if she would like to go out today. I told her about a fairly new cafe that opened in downtown, and she said she would like to go. I guess I should start getting ready then. I sit atop my bed and look through the window. It's a bit cloudy. I guess it's a bit cloudy currently. It's a bit cloudy currently, but it looks like it's going to clear up later. After completing my daily routine and eating breakfast, I look at the clock. I should probably start heading out now. Pull up my phone and send a text to Yuri. I'm glad I remembered to get her number before I left. I'm making my way over to your house now. Are you almost ready? Hopefully today will be nice and easy. I think Yuri deserves to have a normal day for once. Don't expect her to bring up her cutting, nor do I plan on bringing it up. I'm going to help her, but I have to wait for her to be ready to open up. Oh, okay. So now he's showing restraint, I guess. Yes, I'm ready. Perfect. I grab my wallet and keys and then exit my house. I arrive at Yuri's house and ring the doorbell. Immediately the door opens and Yuri steps out. Hello, hey! You casual outfit. Hello, Tormuse. Have you been waiting by the door this entire time? Well, you said you were on your way, and... I know, but it's nearly a 10-minute walk from my house to yours. If you were ready a long time ago, you could have texted me and I could have gotten here faster. I must have slipped my mind. Anyways, shall we go? Yes, let's go. Yuri beams at me, a pleasant sight to see after such a horrendous few days. We walk until we make it to the downtown area. This is a part of town full of all sorts of restaurants, shops, and clubs. You name it, it's here. Street performers and beggars also line the sidewalk on occasion. We walk by a guy strumming an acoustic guitar. And now here's Wonderwall. All the memes. Yuri and I speed our pace up a bit. I believe the cafe is just at the end of the block. Sure enough, we finally arrive at the cafe and step inside. There's images say on kind of background. We stand in line and look over the menu above. Well, Yuri, you're the tea expert. What do you recommend? There's so many kinds. I don't want to give you something you don't like. Relax, Yuri. I'm not super picky. Maybe I'll get a green tea. That's a fine choice, Tormuse. Perhaps I will have their ginseng tea. Ginseng tea. Excuse me. I have no idea what that is, but if Yuri's getting it, it must be good. I turn to Yuri to see she's talking to herself. Are you alright? Yes, I'm okay. I'm just rehearsing my order. Hmm? What? You don't mentally prepare how you're going to phrase your order before ordering? I can't say I do. Oh, this is very embarrassing. Now I've done it. I really need to get better at talking to girls. It's not so... I don't think it's so much about talking to girls per se, as you know, as talking to Yuri in particular. But anyway, hey, don't worry. I'm sure a lot of people practice their orders. Plus, I think it's kind of cute. Well, what did you next? What did you say? Would you just? That's us. How can I help you today? May I have a green tea? One green tea. The cashier writes down my order, then turns to Yuri. And what can I get you, ma'am? I guess I didn't let Yuri finish her rehearsal. I'll take the tea. Cashier stares blankly at Yuri. Ma'am, we have a lot of different kinds of tea. Points at the menu behind him. Of course. I'm sorry. Cashier, clearly uncomfortable, looks at me. Someone shouts from behind us. Can you hurry up already? Some of the places to be. Turn and see there's a noticeably large line behind us. Look over to Yuri, who's turned as pale as a ghost. What do I do? I got a choice, so I guess I'm gonna save it. Well, she did say her order, so just say ginseng tea. I'm tempted to order for her. Back to the cashier. She'll have a ginseng. Yuri set order down. One ginseng, one green tea. Will that be all? Yes, thank you. I pay for our order, then escort Yuri to an empty table. I'm sorry. It's okay, Yuri. You don't have to apologize, but those people were clearly angry at me. I embarrassed you, didn't I? Yuri, look at me. It's okay. You didn't embarrass me. Also, who cares what those people think? They want to be impatient and mad, and that's their problem. Don't worry about what other people think. Also, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have distracted you when you were practicing your order. Thank you for ordering for me. Don't mention it. The waiter comes by and hands us our tea. Anyways, what? He's doing it. I have the text speed turned at maximum. That's just how I roll. So I have a feeling I'm supposed to be able to read these. Anyways, let's enjoy. Tormes, can you stop saying that? Stop saying what? What? Anyways? Saying what? Anyways. Proper term is anyway. Anyway is an adverb, thusly cannot be plural. And while anyways may technically be a word, it's often used in colloquial language and is very informal. Didn't she use the word gonna in the last episode? Anyway. I'm sorry, I guess? I didn't mean to sound rude or anything. It's just... Did I just raise my voice again? I'm sorry. Yuri, it's fine. I appreciate you informing me on how to not sound informal. Oh, you're welcome. Now let's enjoy our tea before it gets cold. Good idea. We start to drink our tea in silence. Long pause. I should strike up a conversation to break the awkward tension. So, Yuri, what made you join the literature club? Before I went to hell. Well, if I'm being honest, it was to meet people with similar interests as me. I thought maybe perhaps I could find people who had an equal fascination in storytelling. I had also hoped it would maybe help me not feel so secluded from the outside world. Maybe it could be a starting point to become more comfortable with human contact. I suppose it didn't exactly work out that way, however. Are we going to talk about what's going on with Monica now? Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. I mean, you met me, right? And I believe that you and Natsuki, despite your differences, have become a little closer. I suppose you're right. Think of it this way, Yuri. As much as I hate to say it, if it weren't for Monica and the Literature Club, we wouldn't be sitting here sharing a cup of tea together right now. Again, you're right. Of course I am. I lean back in my seat and rest my hands behind my head. I'm always right. You and I share a small laugh. I guess in the end, I accomplished my goal and made friends. As we sip our tea, an idea strikes me. Light bulb. Yuri, do you want to visit Sari? Sari? Yeah. Yesterday she seemed really down and because you weren't there. Well, I don't want her feeling blue. I would love to pay Sari a visit. Great. She'll be happy to see both of us. We finish our tea and head towards Sari's house. We arrive in front of Sari's house. Tormes, aren't you and Sari neighbors? Yep, that's my house right there. I point at the house next to where we are. Anyway, let's go inside. You just gonna walk inside? Relax, I texted her earlier saying I was coming over. Plus, Sari and I have been friends for so long, it's completely normal for us to just waltz into each other's homes. Sari? It's a bit uncharacteristic for Sari to not be rushing down to greet me. Uh-oh. I walk upstairs to Sari's room as Yuri hesitantly follows. I knock on the door. Sari, can I come in? Uh-oh. Sari doesn't answer. Maybe she isn't home. Sari's always home. I knock on the door once more. You better be dressed, because I'm coming in. I, I gently opened the door. So, Toy Muse? Yuri? What are you doing here? Well, Yuri and I were having tea together, and I thought it'd be fun to pay you a visit. I see. This isn't right. Bringing Yuri here should have made Sayori happier, but it seems I've accomplished just the opposite. You have a lovely home, Sayori. Yeah. Are we not going to acknowledge the fact that she seems surprised to see people here? Does that mean she didn't get the text, or what? Thank you, Yuri. Is it just you here? Yep, my parents are always away on business trips, so it's just me and Mr. Cow. Sayori points to his stuffed cow at the foot of her bed. Sayori, she's gonna point out that cows are female. Yes, that's a female. Males don't have udders. Is that so? Well, this is fun, right? My senses cut short by a phone ringing. I reach my pocket, but it's not mine. I turn towards Yuri. I'm sorry, but I have to take this. Yuri steps outside and answers the phone. Now it's just me, Sayori, and Mr. Cow. Mrs. Cow? We sat in awkward silence for a moment. So, you and Yuri, huh? Wait, Sayori! I don't know what you got going on in your head, but I promise it's not like that. You can't hide your feelings from me, Tormuse. It's obvious since day one you and Yuri have been falling for each other. My face is red hot right now. Sayori must have turned her AC off. I don't know what you mean. It's really great seeing you make friends. I'm really happy for you. Aw, she's crying. Now I know something isn't right. Something's bothering her. Sayori, what's wrong? I stepped closer to her. I know when something's up with you. You can't hide it from me. Sayori gives me an empty laugh. That's where you're wrong, Tormuse. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Is it we can have the depression talk right now? What do you mean? This isn't good. You aren't supposed to see me like this. I feel like I've been hit by a semi-truck. Flashbacks to when I caught Yuri cutting herself in the hallway from my mind. I try to shake it off. Sayori, whatever it is you're going through, let me help you. You don't seem to understand, Tormuse. I don't want to be helped. This mod is so melodramatic. I must help you. No, I don't want to be helped. Sorry. Moving on. Help is for people who deserve it. I still can't wrap my brain around what she's talking about. Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. You're just going to make me spell it out for you, huh? Tormuse. For all my life I've struggled through very bad depression. I had voices in my head telling me that I don't deserve happiness. Why do you think I'm late for school every day? Because most days I feel as if there's nothing worth waking up to. Why go to school when I have no future to look forward to? Aw. Why wake up when every day the pain grows more and more? Why wake up whenever I try to see the silver lining, my vision is blocked by rain clouds? Tell me why I should wake up just to put on a mask to hide myself. Why make friends when all they do is use you to feel better about themselves? You're seen as the clumsy one or the goofy one, the one who can never show any other facial expression besides a forced smile. Why wake up when the one person who is the sole reason for me going through all this pain is in love with another girl? Sayori turned into a drama queen here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is very sad. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting it to get all this so dramatic here. This is up to this point in the mod, we've had like no interaction with Sayori, so this is just like coming straight out of nowhere. But okay, hey, let's roll with it. Let's see where this goes. My heart drops. Feels my entire world has been hit with a big avalanche. My entire friendship with Sayori. I've been blind this whole time. What? Pulls Sayori into my arms. I hold her softly. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I never knew Sayori. I promise you from now on I will do whatever I can to make every day even a little bit better for you. Tormuse. Sayori isn't holding me back. She presses her hands against my chest and pushes me away. Don't understand. No one understands. I don't want people to worry about me. It's bittersweet, you know. That word feels like a knife twisting in my chest. Sometimes it feels nice, and other times it feels like a hammer being smashed against my head. It all makes sense to me now. Why you came here? It's the world wanting to punish me. I know I deserve to be punished, but this is beyond torture. Seeing you here, seeing you with Yuri, it's like my eyelids are forced open while I have to watch a spear going through my chest. And the person driving it through me is the one I trusted the most. Every waking moment, every heartbeat is a cry in pain. Sayori! I don't have even the slightest clue as to what to do here. Except close to Sayori and gently grip her shoulders. I know I can never understand what's inside your head, and I know I haven't treated you the best I could have all these years. But I still know what's best for you. Give Sayori a sad smile, and I promise you, I will always be by your side. The Tormuse! I remember how Yuri once told me the eyes are the window of the soul, and as I looked through Sayori's windows and peered down into her broken soul, there's only one thing for me to say. Sayori. I'm afraid what's coming. Oh no. I'm gonna save it. Oh boy. Oh dear. Alright. You'll always be my dearest friend. That infamous line. Get out. What? Get out of my house. Go away. Now. But Sayori. Then get out. She grabs a glass paperweight that's sitting on her desk and throws it at the wall beside me. Shattered glass ricochets off the wall. Frantically sprawl out of her bedroom and downstairs. Was that a subtle another moment with you reference there? I mean, you referenced Outcast in the previous video. I run all the way outside. Yuri follows me, now off her phone. Kind of wondered what Yuri's been doing all this time. Tormuse, what's wrong? We'll talk about it later. I look back. Sayori slams her front door closed. We shouldn't have come here, Sayori. I'm sorry. It's okay, Tormuse. As you said, Sayori's been acting differently recently. Perhaps she didn't mean whatever she said. Think back to what she said. My best friend's suffering through depression her whole life. I've been oblivious to it. I made fun of her for sleeping in or being super clumsy. It's all my fault. I turned to Yuri and I realized that she's been staring blankly at me this whole time. Sorry, I just got lost in thought. Ah, you know what helps me to clear my head? I usually go to the local bookstore and read. Okay. I thought she was going to say something else. Never mind. Of course you do. I smile at Yuri. I think I could use a good book to clear my head. We start off to the bookstore. Have you ever seen a more beautiful place, Tormuse? Can't say I have. Admittedly, before I met Yuri, I wouldn't be caught dead next to a bookstore. But as I've grown closer to her, I've actually started to build up a passion for reading. Tormuse, do you see that? I follow Yuri's finger to see what she's pointing at. It's an advertisement for a book. A Sakura's Guide. I shake my head. What's that? It's supposedly the sequel to Infinite Isolation. It's about the main character's plan to escape, and the spirit of her late husband guides and protects her. Sorry, I thought that another typo. Isolation. Sorry. The spirit of her late husband guides and protects her. What's the thing about the Sakura? The husband was hanged on a Sakura tree. Sakura. I think in Japanese that you're supposed to pronounce you're supposed to put the emphasis on the first syllable. So I've been trying to pronounce it. I think it's I know I've been mispronouncing names in the past. Like I'd say Natsuki, but someone correct me. It should be Natsuki. So I've been trying to say that like that. But I think I've also been pronouncing Sayori's name. I keep saying Sayori. Anyway. Are you not paying attention to the book? The book said Cherry Blossom. It's the same thing, Tormuse. Looks like it's my turn to be embarrassed. I change the subject. Well, why don't buy it? What? Maybe I was supposed to say, why don't we buy it, or why don't you buy it, or why don't I buy it? I'm not sure what pronoun's supposed to go there. Once we're done with our current one, we can start the next one. I wish we could, but unfortunately it hasn't been released yet. Only the title has been shown. The author hasn't mentioned anything else about the book. Wow, I can't imagine anything more annoying than an author teasing a project but never revealing anything else about it. That's some meta commentary, Noah. Touche. Arguably, I'm guilty of that. Doki Doki Storm is coming soon, I promise. It's still a work in progress. I mean, I know it's probably not directed at anyone in particular. But yeah. I actually just finished coding in one more in-game day yesterday. I've got planned 14 days in my mod, and I've written 11 of them. So just 3 more to go. And I'm still also waiting on some art, but that's something that I've commissioned someone to make for me. Yeah, it'll get done. It'll get done. Anyway, moving on. Well, with that said, would you like to continue reading? I would love to. Luckily, the bookstore has a copy of the book. I grab it and we sit at an empty table. Yuri and I go through the next chapters in silence. It's getting late. Would you like for me to walk you home? My, what a gentleman. My face grows hot. I guess the bookstore keeps their AC off as well. Don't mention it. As we walk out, the boy at the register calls out to us. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Yuri sees the cashier waving at us. Quickly, she rushes out the store. There's that phrase again. Rushes out the store instead of out of the store. Yeah, again, must be a dialectical thing or something. I follow suit. Yuri, are you okay? Did you see how everyone was looking at me? How do you know your name? I come here a lot, and sometimes he tries to start a conversation. I try not to come whenever he works. Even if I'm really into a book, I'll with one L, wait to purchase it until he's off shift. Did he do something to you? I'll go over there right now, and no, he's never done anything besides make like conversation. And why do you avoid him? To avoid conversation. I knew Yuri was introverted, but I must admit this is a tad bit absurd. She goes out of her way and even inconveniences herself just to avoid a single interaction. We walk the rest of the way home in silence. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Yuri. I start to head back home. Tormes, wait. What is it? It's very late. I'll be fine walking home, thanks though. But Tormes, would you like to, if you wanted, you could... Alright. Whoa, forward. Are you asking if I want to spend the night? Is this for real? Never have imagined that Yuri would ever ask me a question like that. Or any girl for that matter. Alright, Tormes, play it cool. Sure. Really? Yeah, maybe we can even read more of the book. Maybe you can show me how to make tea as well, or something. My eyes dart towards the sidewalk out of nervousness. Yuri then smiles softly. I'd like that. We both walk inside Yuri's house. I'll start the tea. Okay, I'll get the book. I don't have the book. I keep it in my backpack. Yuri comes back. Well, Yuri has a copy of the book too. Yuri comes back. Is something wrong? I don't have the book. Yuri softly giggles at my distress. Tormes, did you forget where you are? She gestures to a large bookcase in the living room. I walk over and sure enough I find the book titled Infinite Isolation. I pluck it from the shelf and take a seat on the couch. Yuri comes back, tea in hand, and places the teacups before us on the table. We get in our normal reading positions and continue to read for a little while. Huh. Are you ready to go to bed? Yuri rubs her eyes and nods. Alright, we'll stop here. I close the book and stand up. I guess I'll be sleeping here? Tormes, you're my guest. What kind of host would I be if I let you sleep on the couch? Well, where else am I going to sleep? I get an anxious feeling welling up in me. Is she going to ask me to sleep with her? Yuri is asking me. Yuri? Yuri is asking me to. In her bed? Hold up, Yuri. Are you about to say what I think you're about to say? I, I'm sorry. It was a stupid question. I shouldn't be pushing this too far. Maybe it's best if you go home. Aw. I'm sorry I forced you to spend time with me. Yuri, again, you're overthinking things. You didn't force me to do anything. I'm glad I'm here. And I suppose if you're okay with it... She looks up at me. I have a big bed, so we won't have to lay so close to each other. Okay, that's good. Set some boundaries. Make it clear what you're how much you're comfortable with here. Yuri gives a small grin. We both share a small laugh, then head upstairs. Hey! Act 2, A Cure for Pain. Some drugs and... okay. 2 weeks later, oh hey, time jump. This feels like a good time to save it. Okay, so 46 minutes in. I think I'd like to go for an hour like last time, so I'll just, even though the beginning of a new act feels like probably a good cutoff point, yeah, I'm just going to keep going for a bit longer. I slowly open my eyes. The warm sunlight peeks through the curtains. At first I was surprised when Yuri offered to share a bed, but I soon figured out why she wasn't nervous. She wasn't lying when she said she had a big bed. The thing is nearly 6 feet wide. You did say this is 2 weeks later, not... Did he spend... Sorry. Did he spend 2 weeks in her bed, or... I'm genuinely confused. Why have a 2-week time jump and then talk about the events from the following day? I'm a bit confused. Okay, moving on. I look over to see Yuri peacefully sleeping. For the past 2 weeks, we've been taking turns staying at each other's houses to read, drink tea, etc. Okay. We're already in the last 2 chapters of our book. We haven't been going to the literature club at all. Huh. You know, after the way Monica treated her, I guess I can't blame them. In fact, I'm pretty sure the club has been shut down since it was only Sayori and Monica. What? No Natsuki? Even wrapped in the thick blankets, I feel cold. Sayori loved the leisure club, and now it's gone. Tormies. I'm knocked out of my trance. I turn to Yuri. Good morning, my purple princess. What? Despite sharing a bed, Yuri still seems uncomfortable with any displays of affection. I guess, technically, with the exception of sharing a bed, our relationship hasn't progressed beyond just friends. You know, I mean, okay, I made that comment about setting boundaries and so on. This just makes the boundaries a little confusing. I mean, you've already reached the point of sharing a bed daily, apparently. And you're still describing yourself as friends. That might send some mixed messages. Is this like a friends with benefits kind of situation, or have, you know, quote unquote benefits not occurred yet? Like, this is the case where it's really important to communicate expectations, I think. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Well, apparently they're best friends who sleep in each other's beds on a regular basis. Okay, moving on. I am too scared to ask her to be my girlfriend. What are you thinking about? Huh? You were spacing out. Is something on your mind? I'm fine. Just ready to start the day. I get up and head to the bathroom to do my normal routine. Once downstairs, I see that Yuri has already started making breakfast. What you making? Just some pancakes. She isn't going to criticize him for his use of the word whatcha? Just some pancakes. How fancy. I shoot Yuri a slight grin. She sends one back and continues cooking. I take a seat and start thinking about the past 2 weeks. Even with Yuri and I spending so much time together, we've yet to talk about our cutting. Yuri is very reclusive, and I planned on waiting for her to open up to me, but that hasn't been the case. I've been preparing for when she did so I could help her. I've been contacting a psychiatrist who can help her and maybe even prescribe her with medication. Okay, that's good. I mean, I kind of hoped that would be brought up sooner than this, but hey, that's I don't know. Moving on. Yuri comes to the table, sets down a plate in front of me, and then takes a seat. Did you have any plans today, Tormuse? It's now or never. Yes, I did. Did they involve reading or tea? Yuri smiles whimsically, but I don't share a moment of happiness. She notices I'm not smiling and shifts to worriness. Is everything okay? Yuri, for the past few days, I've come in contact with a psychiatrist. Oh, okay, so he hasn't brought it up with her yet. I really think... I really think he could... Wait, was that supposed to be internal monologue, or was he supposed to be saying that? It doesn't say Tormuse here. Yuri jumps up, sending her chair crashing to the ground. Why did you do this to me? She starts to march away, but I stop her. I don't think so. I grab her and pull her into my grasp. Whoa, is this getting violent? She stands in front of me with a look of immense pain on her face. Yuri, please look at me. I promised you that I would help you. I don't plan on breaking that promise. Tormuse, I don't think I can. Don't say that, Yuri. This man may be the answer we've been searching for. He can help you understand yourself and maybe even help with your, She stares at the ground for what feels like an eternity. Okay. I'll go see your psychiatrist. My hair jumps out of my chest triumphantly. That's fantastic. I wrap my arms around her in a tight embrace, but she fails to do the same. I let her go. I'll call him and see when we can schedule a visit. It's obvious Yuri isn't as excited about this as I am. Yeah, it seems like the kind of thing that probably would have been good to discuss with her ahead of time, but whatever. Moving on. I've been close to her all this time, and she has adamantly shut me out of most of her inner feelings. I can't imagine how she'll act having to open up to a complete stranger. I'm well aware this is hard, but it's for her own good. We should continue eating before it gets cold. I shake myself away from my thoughts and turn to the breakfast. Oh, yeah, let's continue. We take our seats and eat the rest of our meals in silence. I peek over and can see Yuri visibly shaking. Her sleeves are loose and drooping down enough to where if I look hard enough I can see her arms. See the faint shadows of scars lined up and down. I whisper quietly to myself, I'll save you from the pain, Yuri. I decided to take Yuri for a walk through downtown to ease her mind. I'm so curious what's going on with Natsuki all this time. Apparently she dropped out of the club too, and then just sort of... Anyway. I don't know. Maybe it's not that kind of mod. I kind of wondered if it was going to deal with each, like... We touched on Sayori's depression and Natsuki's home life. I kind of wondered if this is going to deal with everybody, in addition to like focusing on Yuri, but I don't know. We'll see. I decided to take Yuri for a walk through downtown to ease her mind. Tormuse, do you mind if we go in here? I look up at the sign. It's some clothing store. Yeah, sure. Grab the door and hold it open for Yuri. Huh. Once inside, I look for a bench to sit on. Not really a fan of shopping, that is unless I'm shopping for a new video game or something. Do you know what you're looking for? Sorry, wait, it was... Oh, sorry, that was MC's line. Do you know what you're looking for? Oh, I thought we could just look around. Look around? What the hell is wrong with women? MC. Don't be so sexist. Women aren't a hive mind. First that line about how to talk to girls, and now I mean, I don't know. This is just me getting on my soapbox here, but um, I don't believe in gender roles and the concept that like all men are a certain way, all women are a certain way, and like people are individuals. Everyone's a result of their upbringing, the whatever influences and friends and family have shaped their lives. Just not. I guess what I'm saying is not everyone is all any one thing. When you lump all of one group into all together and say that they're all the same, it rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, moving on. Why would you go to a clothing store to just look around? All right then. Yuri begins to sift through racks while I stand there aimlessly. Look at the posters on the wall. They all show attractive people in dramatic poses and clothes. Tormuse, have you seen anything you like? Yuri speaks to me from the other side of the rack. I look through the assortment of clothing and my eyes become fixated on a sundress. I walk up to it and pull it out of the rack. It's a long magenta sundress with thin fabric and spaghetti straps. As I'm looking at it, some guy walks up behind me. Hey, is that one purple? Purple's my favorite color. The guy takes the dress straight from my hand and walks up to the cashier and purchases it. Rude. Was that a reference to something I didn't get? All right then. Yes, my reaction to MC. I walk over to the counter where the cashier is handing Yuri a bag. What's that? Just something for myself. A horrific roar bellows through the clothing store. Oh my god, this lady's being attacked by a monster. I look down and see it's on my stomach rumbling. Wanna go somewhere to eat? Ah, colloquial language again. You said wanna in front of Yuri. Sure. Yuri smiles as we exit the store. Alright, Yuri, where do you want to eat? Tormuse, you know it's not very gentlemanlike to make the lady choose. Okay. I guess Yuri's into gender roles too. Ah. I'm sorry, I thought it would be funny to tease you. Yuri continues to giggle at my expense. It's mind-boggling to see just how comfortable she's gotten with me. According to others, she isolates herself from most people. And again, most people probably don't barge into her house. In the end, seeing Yuri smile lets me know this is all worth it. Alright, you had your fun. How do we go to a ramen shop? I look quizzically at Yuri. Yeah, can't you just buy ramen for like 79... Sorry, that was Yuri's line. I said it in Termi's voice. How about we go to a ramen shop? I look quizzically at Yuri. Can't we just buy ramen for like 79 cents at a grocery store? That's the cheap store-bought ramen. Are you saying you never had authentic ramen noodles before? Can't say I have. Do you think there's one nearby? I'm sure we can find one. Pull out my phone and start searching for nearby noodle shops. I find one just a few blocks down. It's called Spaghetto's Bowl. It's a reference to Spaghetto's community there. All the references. My phone's about to die. Do you think you can pull it up on yours? Of course. What's the address? It's 1273 Rockefeller Street. I don't get that reference. Alright, found it. And lead the way. You walk the streets of downtown. It's a beautiful day. The hustle and bustle of the street is the same as always. A lot of people are walking around, probably enjoying the weekend, same as us. There's some guy standing in the middle of the sidewalk, menacingly. He's wearing a very light pink button-down shirt with matching shorts, black belt, and brown dress shoes. It's an oddly specific description there, okay. His hands are wrapped over themselves across his abdomen, and he has a devilish blank smile on his face. Yuri and I quickly walk by him in hopes that he doesn't do anything to us. In a couple more minutes, we can make it to the shop. I think that's another reference that I'm missing. My first instinct is that supposed to be a description of sounds from Undertale? which I haven't played, but I've seen him in memes. Anyway, that's a, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Moving on. Within a couple of more minutes, we make it to the shop. I look up at the sign. Spaghetto's Bowl, this is it. I hold the door open for Yuri and we step inside. It's cold in here. As soon as we step inside, a gust of wind blows against my body. This place definitely keeps their AC on. I look back behind the bar where the kitchen is. Chefs all hover above big pots, which I assume are full of noodles. The hostess approaches us. Hello, how many today? 2, please. Right this way. We follow the whoa. That panning effect is neat, but it looks a little weird when Yuri's stationary, but the room is moving around her. We follow the hostess to a table and take our seats. Your waiter will be with you shortly. She hands us the menus and walks off to seat the next guests. This is really nice, Yuri. I take it you've never been in a noodle shop before, Toymuse? Well, yeah, it's pretty neat in here. I look around the place. The dim lighting and music really set the ideal noodle-eating atmosphere. I look over the menu. There's a lot of variety considering my previous views on ramen. What are you gonna get? Most likely the tonkatsu. Do you like pork? What do you mean? I just assumed... Uh-oh. The lady wouldn't eat pork? I'm not sure if it's the kitchen, but my face is growing hotter and hotter. I didn't mean any offense. You're too easy to tease. 2 should have 2 O's. Sorry. I roll my eyes at her. Sorry, I'm used to being in proofreading mode as I go through these because I do a lot of proofreading for mods. Anyway, okay, you got me. Very funny. It was pretty funny, to be honest. I go back to reading the menu. I think I'll just have the same thing. A fine choice, Toymuse. The waitress arrives at our table. She places 2 glasses of water before us. What can I get you 2? I'll have a tonkatsu. She scribbles it into her notepad. And for you, ma'am? Mira begins to get nervous. She has the same look she had at the coffee shop. I'll have the same thing. My eyes widen a little as I stare at Yuri, the waitress. Oblivious to the situation, writes down the orders. Phew! Will that be all? Yes. She takes the menus, then leaves her table. Is everything okay? I feel the corners of my mouth raise. I just wasn't expecting you to order. Yuri smiles shyly. Well, I suppose when I'm around you, I'm a bit more comfortable being myself. I give her another smile, and she gives one back. That in itself is a small victory. The waitress returns, bowls in hand. Enjoy your meals. With a quick bow, she walks off. What's this? With my chopsticks, I point out a small bowl of red mixture. It's a spice you can put in your ramen. Oh, nice. Grab the small bowl and begin to scoop it into my food. Toymuse, wait. I hope you like spicy food. What? It's very hot. You're supposed to only put in a small amount. Hence why it comes in such a tiny serving. I'm sure it'll be fine. After scooping out half the bowl, I set it back down and stir the noodles with my chopsticks. I grab a chopstick full of noodles and shove it into my mouth. Yuri winces as soon as the noodles enter my mouth. It's not so bad. Oh my god, holy fuck. Oh god. I start breathing heavily. Smoke begins to fill out my mouth like a chimney. I feel so hot. I'm sweating all over my forehead. The broth feels like molten lava being poured down my esophagus. Who made this? Satan? Beads of sweat trickle down my face, or are those tears? Either way, my mouth burns. I grab my water and chug it down. The pain fades away. Wow. Are you okay? Yeah. On the bright side, my sinuses have never been this clear in years. We sure laugh and continue our meals. Toymuse? Yes? Thank you. For everything. It was just lunch. No. I'm not referring to the noodle shop. I'm referring to everything. Everything you've done. I haven't really felt like I've done much, but when I think about it... But when I think about... It's probably supposed to be when I think about it. Yuri probably hasn't ever had a day where she just goes out with a friend. Just one person being with her probably means the world to her. It's fine, Yuri. Like I said, friends stay by each other. Ah, she takes her hand and intertwines it with mine. Oh, we're getting into the lewd stuff. We're getting into hand holding now. Taking our friendship to the next level. Anyway. It's soft, yet tight. No comment. Do you think I'm ready to be fixed, Tormuse? I simply smile at her. I stare into her lavender eyes. Healing begins the moment you accept the pain. I see a tear slide down her face. She takes a moment to absorb my statement. I'll be seeing you, Tormuse. Have a good night, Yuri. She breaks away and enters her house. Ah, thought we were going somewhere with that. I mean, somewhere. Never mind. For a moment, I stand there by myself as the cool winter breeze encapsulates me. Oh, we're winter now. Didn't realize it was winter. It was all these references to it being hot and having the air conditioning on. I just assumed it was summer. Okay. It was a long 2 weeks that we jumped. Anyway, my own words race repeatedly through my mind. We'll get through this together. Okay, I said I was going to. Oh, a few days later. Yeah, I think this is probably a good time to save and exit and end the recording for now. All right. Yeah, cool. So the story is moving along now. We're seems we've moved completely away from the literature club and away from everybody else. It seems like Sarah was in there for a bit, and now we're just not gonna acknowledge her anymore, I guess, or Monica or Natsuki. maybe they'll be back later. We'll see. And maybe we'll find out what the source of the mysterious text was. Like my first impulse is to say it was Monica, but I'm prepared for the story to surprise me. Yeah. Yeah, like it's a little interesting that we're apparently sleeping together, but no, like he almost dropped the L word at one point, but they're not in a relationship. The fact they're sleeping together, but they talk about being friends. Um, I it just raises questions in my mind of like how much have they talked about the nature of their relationship? Like have they communicated the nature of their relationship? Like that it's just that they're just friends or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes next episode maybe. But for now, I think that's it. I've rambled on enough. So yeah, until next time.